got into a real studio. So I would say back as far as 15.
All right. And what was your biggest inspiration to start doing music?
My biggest, it was, I never really was inspired to do it, or nothing caused me to want to do it. It was just something I was born with. You know how some people are born to play basketball, some people are born to play football. You know, it's just something they know they want to do. So rap was always my thing. Like whenever people was playing football in the field and in the street, I was the guy on the sideline trying to rap. So I always just felt like I wanted to be a rapper. You know, a lot of people that's doing it now, most rappers, they get interviewed and they get asked that question, they'd be like, "Oh, I just started this 2 years ago. I just started doing this last night," or because my homie got locked up and I started doing it. For me, it was just something I was born with, and I just always wanted to do music.
All right. Who was your favorite artist when you were growing up?
My favorite artist growing up was the Cash Money Hot Boys. It was
Okay.
Cash
All
Money
right.
Records, Hot
Okay.
Boys. That was my favorite artist growing up.
Okay.
I have
So,
all their CDs.
okay. All right. So, if you could change one thing that you did or did not do when you first started doing music, what would that be?
Take it more seriously. One thing that will change that I didn't do was take it more seriously. Like it took for my uncle to know somebody to get me into a studio for the first time. And then that didn't last long. I only did 2 songs with the guy that he knew that was an engineer, and that didn't last long. So after that, once I got a little older and I had the ability to get into the studio and take it more, take it professionally and do it on my own, I still didn't take those steps. What I did was just went and bought a laptop and a little cheap mic, and I recorded for years and years by myself. And it was like it sounded okay, it was presentable, but the quality wasn't all the way there, like it could have been if I went to a real studio. So what I would change, man, one thing that I regret so much is I didn't take it more professional, because I always could rap good. And I felt like a lot of songs that I did kind of went to waste because they wasn't recorded properly. So if somebody hear a song, it could be a hit, but if the sound is not there, they ain't gonna really pay attention to it. So one thing I would change is take it more seriously. I like spent years and years recording myself, and once now that I'm really in the studio and really taking it professional, and I go back and hear a lot of those songs, I'm like, man, I want to re-release these, going into the studio and re-recording, because a lot of those just went to waste because the quality just wasn't there. So I would take it more seriously.
Okay. What is some advice that you could give some young kids that's coming up that's trying to become something that you are? What's some good advice that you could give them?
The best advice is two things, really. Stay out of the politics. It's so political. You know what I'm saying? And not just in Kansas City, everywhere. It's so political. Just stay out of the politics. Like, if 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 you want to do music with people, just do music with people, but don't, jump in groups and cliques, and don't try to, just stay one-sided, because you'll get involved in street politics. So that, and my other thing is be professional, because a lot of people think that they're trying to save money, or they're being cheap and not investing in themselves. So they do what I did and try to record themselves, or get their homeboy to do it, and they in the basement somewhere. And then, so take it professional, like pay somebody to get flyers made, to get album covers made, and to record you. Like, don't do none of that stuff yourself if you don't really know how to do it. If you're just trying to just do it to save money, don't do it that way, because that was the mistake that I made. I felt like I could have made it a while back, a long time ago, had I took it more professional. So I would say, if you're gonna become an artist, if you want to do what I want to do, or anything that you do, just take it professional. There's people out there for everything that you need. There's engineers out there if you need to record. There's people that do camera work if you need to shoot a video. There's people that does flyers and artwork if you need that kind of work done. So take it serious. And the other thing is, just don't be one-sided, and don't get involved in politics. Because like rap is like one of the biggest genre in music where politics are involved. This person doesn't like this person. If you hang with this person ain't gonna like you. So just stay out of the politics, and just deal with everybody. Just do music with everybody and take it serious.
All right. Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
In the next 5 to 10 years, I, I I'm not really. I'm optimistic when it comes to life. But I never really. we really can't say where any of us would be in 5 to 10 years. Like I hear this question get asked, and I hear a lot of people give an answer, but the best answer to give is none of us really know. You know, none of us knows where we'll be in 5 years. You can hit the lottery tomorrow and your life could change. You know, so none of us really knows where the next 5 years will take us. What I'm hoping for to answer that question, what I'm hoping for to be in the next 5 years is one of the greatest to ever done this. That's where I'm hoping to be in the next 5 years. So, you know, really none of us know. But I'm optimistic to be hopeful for the future of being one of the greatest to ever have done in the next 5 years.
Okay. So, what do you think a great artist needs to have?
A great
Like,
artist
what
needs to have
qualities?
a great sound. A great artist, like, music is a personal preference. If you're gonna do music, like, Erica Badu had a line where she said, "I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit." I believe it was Erica Badu that had that line, and I remember Tech Nine had resaid it. So music is not really a specific type of sound that you should have. It's whatever you want to do. That's just like an artist. If you're a painter, you shouldn't just focus on painting pictures of livestock. If you want to paint pictures of buildings, or if you want to paint pictures of cars, expand yourself, and you know it's your craft. It's whatever you want to do with it. So the only thing that you need is to just find a lane and do you, but have a professional sound. Like what I said earlier, just have a professional sound and you in the game. Because mostly everything now, it's like, it's not hard to be a rapper. It's really not. Like, because nowadays nobody's lyrical. A lot of these guys now, man, with this da 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 da, I pull up on here, none of that shit don't make sense. So anybody can make a song now. As long as you got a nice beat, you can go on YouTube and find you a nice beat, get in there and damn near say anything, and you got a song. You know what I'm saying? So if you just got a good quality sound, if you find somebody that engineers real good, you good. Just, you know, find you a lane, do whatever you want to do. Just be the best at, you know, the best to your ability. So really the overall thing is just to have a quality sound.
Okay. What is one of the craziest things a fan has done while you were performing? And please keep it PG.
The craziest thing a fan has done was nothing. I haven't had that experience yet. Hopefully in the future I will. Hopefully in the future one day maybe, like, I can't remember who that was, where a fan dove in the crowd and people, um who was it, was an artist or somebody that dove in the crowd and on top of people's hands and broke a bunch of wrists and all that stuff. So hopefully something like that will happen one day. Well, not to that extent because I don't want to get a lawsuit, but hopefully something crazy like that does occur. But I haven't had. I'm not really big on performances because of the city that we in, just because I don't feel that it really gets you anywhere besides just some local fame. And I'm looking, you know, I'm looking a little greater than that, a little more beyond that. So I don't really have any horror stories or any crazed fan stories that I can tell right now because I don't have any much performances under my belt.
Okay.
But hopefully, you know, the next go around, this next interview, hopefully I will have a story like that
Right.
to tell. But
Hopefully, we'll get some people breaking wrists.
yeah, yeah, without the
Okay.
lawsuit, you know. So if y'all watching this, just don't sue me if it happens, you know.
All
So
right.
hopefully something like that'll go on, or you know, a crazy fan story, but without a lawsuit, you know. So yeah.
Okay. All right. What are some obstacles that you've had to overcome in this industry?
Um, some of the obstacles that I had to overcome in the industry. Um, Perfect. Learning to do it on my own. Learning to not wait on nobody. For a long time, I waited for people who I felt was in a better position than I was, and I was trying to get where they was at. So I was feeling like if I surround myself around this person or these group of people, then I can be where they at. They can, you know, if I build a bond of friendship with them, they can help me get on. And I've seen so many times that that's not the case because a lot of people are not trying to get surpassed. They got to, you know, that's just coming from, you know, a logical standpoint of my own. You know, they can have their own reasons, but I believe that a lot of people don't want you to outshine them. You know, so if they feel that you have talent and they feel that you could progress further than them, they're not gonna allow that to happen on their watch at least. So um, one thing that I feel that, you know, I could have did differently was not wait on nobody and just do it on my own like I'm doing now.
Okay. That's what's up. So tell me about this new single that you just dropped. Tell me the name of it. Tell me what platforms that it's on.
So the new single is called So Heavy. It's with Ecstasy. Shout out to Ecstasy. If y'all remember, this was a Kansas City classic back in the day. If you're from Kansas City, you got to know what this song is. I come through this so heavy. This is the remix to So Heavy. How it came about was um, I had remade the beat. I was sitting here on my computer and I was flipping through sounds and I heard a specific sound that was in that song and I was like, oh man. So let me try to recreate this beat because I always wanted to do that beat. So I structured the beat, I got it together, and I ended up recording the song. And a guy I reached out to shoot the video to, because originally the song was just with me on it. I had two verses. So I reached out to a guy to do a video for it, and he was like, hey, do you know the artist whose song that is? And I was like, nah, I wish I did. And he was like, oh man, that's my bro. He was like, you want me to hook you up with him and see if he'll get on the song with you? I said, hell yeah. Well, originally he asked me, do you want me to see if he'll get in the video with you? And I was like, hell yeah, that'd be dope. But I was like, why you at it? See if he'll get on the song. You know, so he was like, all right, bet, that's my bro. I can hook that up. So he ended up knowing Ecstasy, so he hit Ecstasy up, and Ecstasy heard the song and said, yeah, dude, fire, I like it, I'll get on it. So we took care of the business, he jumped on it, and I think that like that same day, he jumped on it, and I went back to the studio about a week later, I got his verse put on, got it put together, and we went and shot the video. So the new song is called So Heavy, it's the remix to the original 1999 song, and it's on all streaming platforms. The video is on YouTube, and it's on all streaming platforms.
All right. You told me before we got started that you do have merch. Could you tell
Yeah,
me a little bit about that?
yeah. So this right here is my clothing line. This is one of my shirts. It's called Envious Intentions Clothing. If y'all can see Envious Intentions. And at the bottom, I have a quote. The quote says, envy is an emotion that occurs when one person wants something that another person has. So my name is Envy, so I kept it, in the same type of influence for the clothing line. Envious Intentions, and this is pretty much what the design is since it's called Envious Intentions, it's a snake with a human skull head. So it's a person with envious intentions. It's a human skull head with a snake. And the quote on the bottom, it says, envy is an emotion that occurs when one person wants something that another person has. So that's something that I came up with myself. And if I got a few seconds, I can show y'all a few other shirts that I got. This is one of them.
Yeah,
This is
please
the black
do.
and white
Yeah.
edition with the green eyes. And then I got this one right here. This one hasn't came out yet. This is the next design. This is the all gold design. So we got that one. That one will be out soon. And I'm trying to find a place now where somebody I can partner up with, like maybe the Popper at 18th Divine with the Prospect Clothing, or a couple other guys in the city. They got clothing lines and they got stores. So I'm trying to team up with a couple of these guys and see if I can get the clothing line in their stores. So it'll be this one and it'll be this edition in there. And I got the black one. I got the white one. I'm sorry. I got the white one, and then I got the blue. And they come in all different colors. These are the ones that I just got on hand for now. So if y'all want the clothing line, y'all can just reach out to me via email or hit me up on social media.
All right. Okay. So tell me one thing that was hard starting your own clothing line. So being an entrepreneur is a lot like being an artist. But what is
Yeah.
something that's different that you kind of had to deal with dealing with starting your clothing line?
One thing that I had to deal with was finding the right printing company and finding somebody that the wholesale thing, man, it's so hard to find somebody that's willing to partner with you to where you're not taking a loss. So the hardest part for me was finding somebody that was willing to not screen, what was it? Screen print, yeah, because that's the highest quality, of the shirts. One of them, at least the one that I wanted. So I wanted to find somebody that'll be able to screen print and that'll be able to sell me the shirts and do it all in a decent price to where I'll be able to not lose money. Or because if I was to sell the like if I want to set the clothes at a price to where it's not too high for a person to buy. But if the person that I'm buying the shirts from are charging me too much and they charging me too much to screen printing, then I'll have to up the price on the shirts when I sell them. So I was hoping, you know, the biggest battle with me was to find somebody that has a low price that it does the printing for me and a low price to sell me the shirts to do it on also. So that was the hardest battle for me. And I ended up finding somebody and we got it together. But that was the hardest part for me. And even now, right now, to this day, he thinks that I'm selling my shirts for too low, which, you know, I'm selling them for 15 and he thinks that it's still too low. And to me, to be honest, you know, I kind of believe that it is too, but me just starting out, one thing I know just from common sense is that a lot of people are not going to jump on something and buy it if they don't really know who you are. Now, if I was Tech Nine and I came out with a shirt with a chicken on it, they're going to buy it because of who you are. You know, Tech Nine can sell a shirt with a damn taco on it. They're going to buy it because of who he is. So for me, I keep my price low and I might be not getting as much money as I want or not as much as I've spent to make it, but I'm getting my merch out here. So once enough people know me and they want to buy it, then I can kind of go up on the price.
Yeah, great, great. What is what's one thing that you would like your fans to remember you by?
That I'm always gonna be here. Remember that. I'm not going nowhere. So always remember that. I don't like to speak in past tense as if I won't be here. So I'm not really gonna say unless you know if I'm retired or something. But um, I don't really like to speak in past tense as you know something for your fans to remember you by as if I'm not gonna be here. But if I would answer that question, it'd be like in a retirement state. So what I would want them to remember me by if I was to retire or something would be the greatest rapper. Like I have a goal, like football players, all basketball players, anybody that does anything, whatever your occupation is, I'm sure if you don't, you should, but you should always have the mind frame to be the best at what you do. You know, I got that from Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne always calls himself the greatest rapper alive. And he said a lot of times that even if you don't feel like you are, you should still have that mind frame that you are, that you're the dopest doing this, you know. And I feel like I am. So I wanna be remembered whenever I retire as he stuck to that title and he really fulfilled that. I want to be the greatest doing this. That's what I want to be remembered by.
Do you think it's important for artists to study their craft?
Um, um, in a way, yeah, but not really because if it's in you, it's in you. You know, if it's not, it's not. You know, so it's rappers that are really good at what they do and they take time off of it and still come back greater than ever. Ain't missed a step. You know, so studying your craft is great and all. You know, it'll keep you sharp on what you're doing. But if it's in you, if you were really born to do this, you don't really have to do it every day or do it as frequently as you would think you should. If you know, if it's in you and you take 2 months off and don't put a song out in 2 months, but as soon as you get back on that pen and you get to writing something and it come out great, then you just know that it's in you. So if it's really a personal opinion type of question, like if you know that's really up to the artist. If you know, and then also to answer that another way is some artists are some artists view a success as different. If they feel like that they got into a certain point to where if they got 15 people to know who they are, if they feel like that they satisfied with that, then I mean you don't really have to work every day at it if you content where you're at, you know. But if you want to go beyond that, then sure, you know. But it's really a personal opinion type of thing, you know. It's really up to what you want to do because it's really in you. If it's in you, then you can take 10 years off of this and come back and still be good. So it's really up to the artist.
Right, big facts, big facts. Is there anything else that you would like to add in this? You want to tell
Um,
us anything? What is something that your fans don't know about you that you would like them to know?
what y'all don't know about me that I would like y'all to know is really nothing. I mean, because it's like, you know, how I can answer that is by saying, I mean, I can come up with a million things that y'all don't know. I like to eat tacos. I like to eat, you know, I like to go fishing, or I like to spin donuts in cars on the weekend. Like it's a lot that I can say, but how I can answer that is by saying y'all just get to know me. Y'all just stick around and just get to know me. The more y'all hear my music, the more I do interviews, my fans will just grow with me. So y'all just get to know me by sticking around, you know. So I could answer that question, but it'll be a million and one things that I can tell y'all that y'all don't know about me. And you know, that's kind of pointless unless it's somebody I'm trying to be in a relationship with. You know, I'm telling them, you know what I like and what I don't like or how I am. So as far as the fans, they just watch. You know, whatever you do, they're gonna follow it. They're gonna look at it. So y'all just stick around and just watch interviews and listen to my music, and y'all can feel me out on y'all own and really, you know, see what type of person I am. But one thing I do want to say though, is um, be on the lookout for this song that me and Crip Mac got coming. I got a song called Bad Guy coming with Crip Mac, free Crip Mac. If y'all don't know who he is, he's a popular figure from Los Angeles, California. He was a internet sensation for the past couple of years. He's in jail right now, but he also does music. He raps. So me and him got a song together that I'm coming out with soon. So y'all be looking out for that.
Okay, all right. Have you ever played any instruments?
No, never played any instrument. You know, it's crazy. I've never been good at anything besides music. That's how I know I was born to do this. Like I've never been. I can play basketball a little bit, but if y'all talking about running threes in a tournament or something, man, count me out. Like I'm not. I've never cared for sports. I don't watch sports. When the Chiefs play and everybody's all excited, man, I'm somewhere sitting somewhere else doing something else. I watch rappers interviews all day. Like I really just my main my heart and soul is in music. It's to the point that I'm not tatted up. I don't have any tattoos except for the two that are on my hands, and I put music in my skin. Like that's like that's how serious I am about music. Like my whole thought pattern, I eat, sleep, breathe music. So I'm just I never been really good at anything besides music. So I never played any instruments, never did anything else besides did music. I just
Okay.
rap.
Do you have any performances coming up?
No, I don't have any performances lined up at the moment, and so y'all don't have anything to look out for, look forward towards in that aspect. But um, I got a few, I got a few people, like the person that I'm talking to at the moment now that I'm gonna align myself with, and we're gonna see where we can go from there. But as far as now, I don't have any performances lined up, and the reason why is because a lot of people ask me about performances. How you got any shows coming up? Are you performing? A lot of people ask me that. The last performance I did was at the Firelight in Kansas. Shout out to J.R. Hood Star. He booked me for a performance at the Firelight over in Kansas, and that was like last year. But no knock to the city, but I'm not really big on performing in the city. So y'all probably won't get too many performances from me in the city because I just feel like it's just I feel like it's an open mic talent show. It's just a gang of rappers around. And then it's, my biggest thing, aside from I don't feel like it really does anything for you, I also feel like it's just nothing but a dangerous situation. 200 rappers in one room. Rapping is more dangerous than being a police officer. So just 200 rappers in one room is just somewhere I don't really want to be. Rap is just, man, a bunch of emotional grown men that just get in beef